Welcome to our exploration of production, costs, and firm behavior. In this video, we'll uncover how businesses make decisions about what to produce, how much to produce, and at what cost. Understanding these concepts is crucial for anyone interested in economics or business management. Firms operate in dynamic environments, constantly balancing resources, technology, and market demand. By examining the relationship between production and costs, we can better appreciate the strategies firms use to maximize profits and remain competitive. Let's begin by laying the foundation with some key concepts that drive firm behavior in the marketplace. Production is the process by which firms transform inputs like labor, capital, and raw materials into finished goods or services. Every business, from small bakeries to large tech companies, relies on efficient production to meet customer needs. The production process involves a series of decisions about resource allocation, technology adoption, and workflow management. Firms must constantly evaluate how to combine inputs to achieve the highest output at the lowest possible cost. This ongoing process is at the heart of every successful business operation. Inputs are the resources a firm uses, such as labor, machinery, and materials. Outputs are the goods or services produced. The relationship between inputs and outputs is fundamental to understanding production. Firms strive to maximize output while minimizing input costs. This balance is achieved through careful planning, technological innovation, and effective management. By analyzing input-output relationships, firms can identify areas for improvement and boost overall productivity. Economics, the short run, is a period during which at least one input is fixed, such as factory size or equipment. The long run, on the other hand, is when all inputs can be varied. This distinction is important because it affects how firms respond to changes in demand or technology. In the short run, firms may only adjust labor hours, while in the long run, they can invest in new machinery or expand facilities. Understanding these time frames helps firms plan for both immediate needs and future growth. Production function describes the relationship between inputs and the resulting output. It shows how varying the quantity of one input, while holding others constant, affects total production. This concept helps firms determine the most efficient combination of resources. By analyzing the production function, managers can identify diminishing returns and optimize their operations for maximum efficiency. It's a key tool for making informed production decisions. Law of diminishing returns states that as more units of a variable input like labor are added to fixed inputs, the additional output produced from each new unit will eventually decrease. This principle is crucial for firms because it highlights the limits of increasing production with existing resources. Recognizing when diminishing returns set in helps businesses avoid unnecessary costs and maintain profitability. Firms measure output using three key metrics: total product, average product, and marginal product. Total product is the overall quantity produced. Average product is the output per unit of input, and marginal product is the additional output from one more unit of input. These measures help firms assess productivity and make decisions about resource allocation. By tracking these metrics, businesses can fine-tune their operations for better results. Costs are a central concern for every firm. There are several types of costs to consider: fixed costs, which do not change with output; variable costs, which fluctuate with production levels; and total costs, which are the sum of fixed and variable costs. Understanding these distinctions helps firms budget effectively and set prices that cover expenses while generating profit. Fixed costs remain the same regardless of how much a firm produces. Examples include rent, salaries, and insurance. Variable costs, on the other hand, increase as production rises, think raw materials or hourly wages. By distinguishing between these two, firms can better manage their finances and make informed decisions about scaling production. Marginal cost is the additional cost of producing one more unit of output, while average cost is the total cost divided by the number of units produced. These concepts are vital for pricing and production decisions. Firms aim to produce at the level where marginal cost equals marginal revenue, maximizing profit. Monitoring average and marginal costs helps businesses stay competitive and efficient. Cost curves graphically represent how costs change with different levels of output. The shapes of these curves, such as the U-shaped average cost curve, provide insights into economies and diseconomies of scale. By analyzing cost curves, firms can identify the most efficient scale of production and avoid unnecessary expenses. Economies of scale occur when increasing production leads to lower average costs. This happens because fixed costs are spread over more units, and firms can take advantage of bulk purchasing or specialized labor. Achieving economies of scale is a key goal for many businesses, as it allows them to compete more effectively and increase profitability. Diseconomies of scale arise when a firm becomes too large and average costs start to increase. This can result from management inefficiencies, communication breakdowns, or logistical challenges. Recognizing the point at which diseconomies set in is crucial for firms to maintain optimal size and efficiency. The primary objective of most firms is to maximize profit. This involves producing at the output level where the difference between total revenue and total cost is greatest. Firms use cost and revenue data to determine the most profitable production quantity. By continuously monitoring market conditions and internal costs, businesses can adjust their strategies to achieve this goal. Revenue is the income a firm earns from selling its goods or services. Key concepts include total revenue, average revenue, and marginal revenue. Understanding these helps firms set prices and forecast earnings. By analyzing revenue alongside costs, businesses can make informed decisions about production and expansion. Firms operate in different market structures such as perfect competition, monopoly, oligopoly, and monopolistic competition. Each structure influences how firms set prices, output, and strategies. Understanding market structures helps businesses anticipate competitor behavior and adapt their operations for success. In a perfectly competitive market, many firms sell identical products and no single firm can influence the market price. Firms are price takers and must accept the prevailing market rate. This structure encourages efficiency and innovation as firms strive to minimize costs and attract customers. Monopoly exists when a single firm dominates the market and controls prices. This can lead to higher prices and reduced output compared to competitive markets. Monopolies may arise due to barriers to entry, such as patents or resource ownership. Understanding monopolies helps policymakers and businesses navigate regulatory environments. Oligopoly is a market structure where a few large firms dominate. These firms may compete or collude, influencing prices and output. Oligopolies are common in industries like airlines and telecommunications. Strategic decision-making is crucial as each firm's actions affect the others. Understanding oligopoly dynamics helps firms anticipate market shifts. Monopolistic competition features many firms selling similar but differentiated products. Firms have some control over prices due to product differences such as branding or quality. This structure encourages innovation and variety, benefiting consumers. Firms in monopolistic competition focus on marketing and product development to stand out. Firms constantly make decisions about production levels, pricing, and resource allocation. These choices are influenced by market conditions, cost structures, and competitive pressures. Effective decision-making requires accurate data, clear objectives, and the ability to adapt to changing circumstances. Successful firms use a combination of analysis and intuition to navigate complex business environments. Technology plays a vital role in shaping production and costs. Advances in machinery, software, and communication tools can boost productivity and lower expenses. Firms that invest in technology often gain a competitive edge as they can produce more efficiently and respond quickly to market demands. Labor is a key input in production, and the skills and experience of workers, known as human capital, greatly influence a firm's success. Investing in training and employee development can lead to higher productivity and lower turnover. Firms that value their workforce often see better performance and innovation. Capital refers to the tools, machinery, and buildings used in production. Investment in capital assets can increase a firm's capacity and efficiency. Deciding when and how much to invest is a critical part of firm strategy as it affects long-term growth and competitiveness. Resource allocation involves deciding how to distribute limited resources among various uses. Firms must prioritize projects, departments, and investments to achieve their goals. Effective resource allocation maximizes output and minimizes waste, contributing to overall business success. Firms operate in environments full of risk and uncertainty. Market demand, input prices, and technological changes can all impact business outcomes. Successful firms develop strategies to manage risk such as diversification, insurance, and flexible planning. Being prepared for uncertainty helps firms stay resilient and adaptable. Government policies and regulations can significantly influence firm behavior. Taxes, subsidies, and environmental rules affect production costs and market opportunities. Firms must stay informed about regulatory changes and adapt their strategies to comply with laws while pursuing their business objectives. Sustainability is becoming increasingly important in production decisions. Firms are adopting eco-friendly practices to reduce waste, conserve resources, and meet consumer expectations. Sustainable production not only benefits the environment but can also enhance a firm's reputation and long-term profitability. Globalization has expanded markets and increased competition for firms worldwide. Companies now source inputs globally and sell products to international customers. This creates new opportunities and challenges, requiring firms to adapt their production and cost strategies to succeed in a global marketplace. In summary, understanding production costs and firm behavior is essential for navigating the business world. Firms must balance inputs and outputs, manage costs, and adapt to changing environments. By mastering these concepts, businesses can make smarter decisions, maximize profits, and achieve long-term success. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the fundamentals of firm behavior.